traditional bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today. Member FDIC.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When property owners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision.
He's gonna cut free. He's over the 30. Gets the puck. Here comes Freak. He fires. He scores. Same play. Conklin with the slam on his head.
There's a look inside the Star-In Sports Complex in Mandan as we get set for WDA Boys Hockey on the PSP Network. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. 15 minutes or less for an oil change in Bismarck or Minot. Find them online at VIOC.com. We're getting set for the Legacy Sabers. They've crossed the Big Muddy and they're in Mandan tonight to take on the Mandan Braves. Legacy 1-2. And Mandan off to a 1-3 start on the campaign. Hi again, hockey fans. Alongside Mario Lamoureux, Todd Darmrey's welcoming you to Mandan. Hey, Mario, let's talk about the venue first. We were talking off air of the barns that we get to go to in the West region. The Star-In Sports Complex is, if not the top, right up there at the top.
Yeah, I loved coaching here. I think it's a great rink, great atmosphere. Every time that we got to play in this venue. It's just an awesome, the Mandan fans bring a lot of energy, so it's a blast to play here. I think it's the best rink in the region. Yeah,
and if you've been to a U-Mary game, great atmosphere for the Marauders hockey contests, and so yeah, it's fun over here in Mandan. We get a kick out of it, and every time we've come across the Big Money for a Legacy and Mandan tilt, it has been close. It has been hard fought. It has been a one-goal game 4 out of the last 5. So maybe the first question is do styles make fights, or is it just kind of one of those things where these teams just find a way to play close hockey matches?
I think both teams just play a gritty game. Obviously, I coached for 2 years, the first 2 years with Legacy, and Mandan was always a pesky team. They had really good goaltending each year that I was there. That kept them in a couple games, but they just kind of found a way to stick around in games. Couple controversial games a couple years ago with the score clock, but that's the way it goes.
Those are the things you never forget, right?
That's one of those. I had a good thing I have good assistants who know how to calm me down a little bit.
Spoken like a true coach who's been behind the bench quite often. So, all right, fans, we're going to jump right into our player profiles. As always, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They've been doing it for over 25 years. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. And let's talk about the guy we want to focus on for the Legacy Sabers tonight. We're in the C this year. The senior Isaac Lewis. Yeah,
he's a guy that Legacy's really going to have to rely on to pick up on the offensive side. He's a player with a really good shot. He's got good size, can play physical. He really needs to figure out and put himself into positions to utilize that shot so he can provide a little more offense for their group, because they lost their 5 top scorers last year. That's a lot of offense to replace, and they're definitely going to rely on him to step up.
Multi-sport kid that also plays baseball. Isaac Lewis for the Legacy Sabers had a game winner the other day against West Fargo.
Yep, and for any player, I think if you can score early in the year or provide that offense, gives you that instant boost of confidence. He had a great summer training, and hopefully he's someone that can pop off and really be one of the top players, one of the top forwards in the West region.
Yeah, the numbers you're seeing there for Isaac were his numbers from a year ago, where he tallied 8 points on the season. When you got the killer bees out there, Beasley and Butts, there wasn't a lot of other points to go around. So yeah, but Isaac was a key contributor to a state tournament team a year ago, and he'll be counted on heavily this year for the Legacy Sabers and Coach Farragher and Coach Davison. All right, that's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, and we're going to go right into our Northern Plains Heating and Air profile for the Mandan Braves tonight. And as always, you can find Northern Plains Heating and Air online at northern-plains.com. And yeah, let's talk about none other than Trinity Anderson, also a senior and a kid that he brings the speed element, right? He's a kid that's quick on his feet.
Trinity is a type of player that does everything well. You can put him in any situation, and I would, arguably he's one of the hardest working kids you're going to have in the region. Just a really good, solid kid, and he works his butt off. So they're really going to rely on him in every situation. And so far at the start of the year, he's putting the puck in the net. So they're definitely going to need for him to keep that up. For a team that has a decent amount of players back, but he's definitely going to be relied on heavily.
Yeah, and also a captain for Mandan. And you could see last year when Trinity was out of Mandan's lineup, it was a different hockey club, and he's a difference maker every time he steps his feet on the ice.
I think people underestimate how much one player can kind of dictate the mood of a room. I think Trinity's the type of player that when he's in there, I think everyone's a little more, we'll just say hardworking, a little more on edge to make sure you're doing your job. And, that's just the type of aura that I think he brings into a locker room. And, I think they'll be hopeful that he can stay healthy this year, because I know he had a little bit of injuries last year. But yeah, just a really great kid.
Trinity also a football and track kid for the Mandan Braves. Of course, timing is everything, and everything is timing. And we wanted to get a couple skates around in the warm-ups here for Trinity, and now we get them right during the captain's meeting with the Zebras tonight. So yeah, that's the way it works some nights.
That's the way it goes. You gotta get on the good side of the refs early. So hopefully it'll be a fun matchup tonight.
All right, fans, so much more to come on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. When we come back, we're going to dig into the East and the West standings. We've got the coaches poll. We'll take a look at some top producers around the state, look at our upcoming schedule, and we'll get some keys to the game, including a couple new guys in the nets this year for both these respective clubs. And we'll get to that and much more as our pregame show rolls on from Mandan. Getting set for Legacy and Mandan. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football, just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Now we're back on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that won't slow you down. No time is wasted. 15-minute oil changes in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. We're back in Mandan at the Starion Sports Complex, the Cadillac Rink, to be exact. Good to have John Haugen running the camera for us tonight, and Todd Domry's Mario Lamoureux joining us as hey, I've gotten a chance to go to 4 Fighting Sioux. I still call them Fighting Sioux.
You got to stay that way.
Yep, I had my Jonathan Taze jersey loud and proud at all the games, and so yeah, it's been fun. My kids are sophomores, and for you, former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux standout, can I say that?
We can try. I tried to be.
All right, fans, let's jump into a couple things here. First off, let's look at the standings, brought to you as always by Shields. Shields is a proud sponsor of the PSP Network, and probably no surprise, the Minot Magicians off to a quick start, and yeah, the Minots look very good so far to start the season.
I think they're going to be a really tough team to beat this year. A lot of guys back from last year. Obviously, Mackley Morelli, top scorer basically since he's been a freshman. So he's, will go down as probably one of the best Minot players of all time. Coming through that program. So, they're going to be a tough team to beat, and if anyone's going to beat them, they're going to have to bring their A game.
And yes, the coaches poll had Red River and Central right up top. Grand Forks School's going to be very good. Central took care of West Fargo in a big fashion the other night, and yeah, Red River has lost, but that was a loss to East Grand Forks, and so you've been a part of that, and the Green Wave can bring it.
Yeah, well, we always had tough games against East Grand Forks, and I remember Tara Coward back in the day. We lost to East Grand. He gave us a little skate after going back to Purpur Arena. So he, there's a lot of history there. Anytime you cross the river, just like Bismarck and Mandan, there's a lot of pride on the line with the crosstown rivalry.
Yeah, it's so early that the standings don't really tell you a whole lot. Jamestown off to a nice start. Obviously. That's the first time that somebody new has been on the Jamestown bench in 20-plus years, so they're getting used to a new head man, or the Blue Jays, and it's going to be fun to see how the West kind of shakes out.
I just think there's a lot of uncertainty. Obviously, Legacy loses a ton from last year, so how will their young guys come in and be able to respond, with new roles? Sentry, has a few top players back, so you expect them to be solid. Mandan, some good returners. So, it'll be interesting, top to bottom. Dickinson, WDA champs last year. Can they come back and make some noise? So it'll be interesting, I think, just like it is pretty much every year.
There's your standings, East and West, brought to you tonight by Shields. As always, other games we'll be tracking for you tonight on our scoreboard, out-of-town scoreboard. Hazen Beulah is at Bismarck High. Of course, the Demons, new head coach this year, and Stephen Dora. And you got Grafton Park River at South Shanley. Central is at Bemidji tonight. West Fargo Cheyenne at Red River. Devils Lake at West Fargo. And, of course, our PSP game here, Legacy in town to take on the Mandan Braves. There's the other games we'll be tracking for you on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. All right, well, Mario, while we have a second here, the coaches poll, Red River and Central 2 and 1 respectively. Minot's got a lot of votes and is the number 1 team out of the West. West Fargo and North, we saw them in opening weekend, and then you got Century out of the WDA, and then Legacy and Mandan ranked 10 and 11 by the coaches poll. So Still so early, but you're starting to see a lot of fingers being pointed at Red River, Central, and Minot early on here.
Yeah, I mean, either of the Grand Forks schools, you can expect them to be in probably the top 3 every single year. They're just a lot of pride and history there. They have good players coming up. I mean, having the UND connection in Grand Forks is such a valuable asset. You think about how many ex-UND players come in and help their youth program. A couple of my siblings are part of that. So, they're very fortunate to be able to have a lot of good hockey people in town and make them strong every year. And, Minot has a lot of good people, too.
Yeah, and Coach Peluso and I have talked about this, and one of the things that he points out, too, is that engagement at a youth age, but it leads to lots of kids in the program. Some of the best athletes in the town are hockey players versus maybe gravitating to other sports in other towns. And the depth is the thing that shows, because those teams are rolling 4 lines, and a lot of other places can't match that.
Yeah, so if you look at like a West Region team versus a top East Region, we're able to play 1 or 2 lines against their 3 or 4. And it's just, you go look at the state tournament, you can hang around for a period and then those teams kind of take over. So that's where, in the West, you have to have more development at a youth level. I think there's lots of people trying to do positive things out here, but, it's not like the East is going to try to slow down. So, I think it's got to be a big push. People think, yeah, we're doing good things, but, I always am striving, it's got to be better. It's got to be better. Keep doing things to make improvements.
Let's take a quick glance at the top producers across the state. Thanks to Nick Holberg for pulling this graphic together for us. Chase Collings from Williston leading the way. You had a 6-point night from Macklin. You have any 6-point nights in your hockey career?
Gosh, if I did, it was probably in mites. Probably had a few 3, 4, 5-point nights mixed in there, but 6 that feels good. That feels good early on.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Mackley quickly up to 7 points on the season. You got the talented Bryce Mattern, the ASU commit from West Fargo right up there. Rutlick from Minot from the West. So some guys are putting the puck in the back of the net early on. After a couple games, you got 7 points. That's a pretty good mojo to start the season with.
Well, it just gives you that boost of confidence early on. If you're a player that put in a lot of work in the offseason, you want to come and see that result. So, sometimes you get fortunate early on. Now, can you stay consistent throughout the year? Because you are a top scorer, you're going to get keyed on. Especially when you get these tough matchups coming up.
Well, I scored 1,000 points in high school basketball, but I also led my 5th grade in floor hockey goals and assists.
That's got to be noted down. I can't say the same about my basketball skills. I'm not exactly a basketball height for a top basketball player.
Oh, that's too good, Mario. That's too good. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back and dig into the matchup. We'll get to what makes the Legacy Sabers and the Mandan Braves tick, and we'll get to some keys to the game, as well as our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on. We're getting set for hockey tonight from the Star Inn Sports Complex in Mandan. More of our pregame after this break on the PSP Network.
Brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Now we're closing in on the starters, the anthem, and the drop of the puck tonight from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan. This is our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely service that won't slow you down. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. All right, let's talk a little bit about Legacy Sabers first off. The one thing we did, Legacy, I had them last Friday, and they can see that coaches Farragher and Davison are doing a little tinkering. Early season, Mario, and you're going to try to get things exactly right from a line combination, D pairs and whatnot. And the tinkering probably never ends.
Not really. I think if you look at your record, if you're losing, you're trying to find solutions to get wins. So I think, for Legacy, they had a couple losses, so can you tinker with your lineup a little bit to try and get maybe some better chemistry with players. I think at the start of the year, you get through training camp, you have an idea where you think guys would fit, maybe guys that would gel with their style of play. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes you got a young player that you're trying to work in to the lineup somewhere, and they're struggling early on, and you try to figure out a position that will give them more success. So it's definitely, it's always something you're looking at. I know when I coach, you're always trying to find a different solution, something that'll work better. Because ultimately you want to win at the end of the year. At the end of the year, there's only one team that wins. Yeah, and
obviously we're still just barely into December, so you don't want to be playing your best hockey right now. So it's a building process. That's the goal. But yeah, if you're not lighting the lamp continuously, you're going to mess around with a couple things. And let's talk about Tristan Otto being net tonight for the Legacy Sabres. He's been in Tyler Miller's shadow for a couple years, and now he's a great goaltender. He's going to get to show that this year.
Yeah, I think last year he had a handful of games, small sample size, but did very well. So can he come in, take the net? I assume that he'll take most of the games this year based on how he's been playing. So can he step up to the plate when you're kind of taking the bigger load? Sometimes it's easier to do well when you're in the shadow. So I think he's up to the test this year to kind of be a difference maker for the Sabres.
And for the Mandan Braves, probably the same conversation from just a couple nights ago. They've already shifted a couple lines around. They're a team that's, Legacy's scoring 2.7 goals a night. Mandan's 1.8, so probably the same conversation there. And you're going to get a look tonight at sophomore goaltender and netminder Jacob Walsh back there in the net for Mandan.
Yeah, you want to talk about getting thrown into the fire. This is going to be one for Jacob Walsh. He had a start against Hazen, but that's usually an easy game in the West region. And, this will be a huge test for him. You got a great crowd, and it's going to be a blast to watch, and hopefully he can step up for the Braves.
Yeah, they're going to crank the lights up here in just a second. We're getting closer to our national anthem. Again, our thanks to Valvoline Instant Oil Change for bringing you our pregame show. As looks like we're going to have the anthem first, it looks like, tonight. Oh, they're announcing cheerleaders. All right, we mentioned the games we're tracking tonight. Hazen-Beulah at Bismarck High, Grafton Park River at South Shanley, Grand Forks Central at Bemidji, West Fargo Cheyenne at Red River, Devils Lake at West Fargo, Legacy, obviously, here at Mandan. 9th all-time meeting between the Braves and the Sabres. Legacy leads that series 6-2. Sabres swept Mandan last year. Legacy winning 2-1 right here in Mandan, and then 5-1 in January, and then 1-0 in the WDA state qualifier last year. So the last Mandan win was the game you were talking about earlier, Mario. Mandan won 4-3 in overtime in 2022 in December right here at the Starion Sports Complex. So 4 of the 5 matchups in this series have been decided by 1 goal or less.
Yeah, this has been a great, honestly, it's so much fun to be in those rivalry games, and this is one of the best examples. I always enjoy being part of this game.
All right, here's your first 5 out there for the Legacy Sabres tonight. You're going to get the line of Harrison Johnson, Braden Strom, and Ben Garley, along with the D pair of Gavin Mitzel and Joel Anderson, and the aforementioned senior Tristan Otto in net tonight with a 1.96 goals against average for Tristan to start the season. And he's saving the puck at about a 90.6 clip for a save percentage. Of course, head coaches Wade Davison and Ryan Farragher for the Legacy Sabres. For the Mandan Braves, their first 5 out there tonight, plus the goalie, makes it 6, will be the line of Trinity Anderson, Carson Jors, and Logan Renner. And that line hasn't changed. This is the 5th game for Mandan, and that's been intact, that top group for Mandan. Your deep pair tonight out there first will be Mason Brew and Caleb Olberg. And in net, as mentioned, the sophomore Jacob Walsh. Just one varsity start under his belt, and it was a good one. He picked up a win at Hazen Beulah. He's got a .76 goals against average and a 94.7% save percentage. Of course, the head coaches for the Mandan Braves, Matt Winkle and Marshall Cheetah. I look at that name and I always say Cheetah, and every time I do that, coach says, nope, it's Cheetah. It's the the Minnesota version.
We got to get it right on the radio.
We do, yeah, exactly. All right, fans, time to honor America. Those who serve will salute our great nation tonight with the playing of our national anthem this evening on the PSP Network. Tegan Krause and Andra Schaefer will be performing our national anthem tonight. I should have turned that down a little earlier. I didn't know everybody's going to yell right after the anthem was.
Well, that's the kind of environment that we expect over here at Star, and it's going to be a great game.
All right, thanks again to Valvoline and Snow Change bringing that pregame show, and we're just about set for hockey tonight. Legacy in the road blacks, outlined in gold, and a little bit of white trim on there with the black helmets. And the Mandan Braves in the home whites, outlined in black, the black and whites of the Mandan Braves. Zebras are ready. See if Mandan can pick up a win on home ice, or if Legacy can snag one on the road tonight to get the West Region season going for the Sabers.
This is definitely like a kind of a tempo game for each team. They both kind of had not quite the start they wanted, and this will be a great kind of starting point for one of these teams to get going.
All right, let's play WDA hockey tonight on the PSP Network. Quickly into the Mandan zone. Here comes that top line for Legacy. Mandan turns it with... Well, they changed up the lineups tonight. As the first line out there for Mandan was Lobeck, Krause, and Johnson. As they get a shot on net there for Braden Krause. Mandan holds the zone. Played out to center by Legacy. Picked up there by Cameron Beaver. Beaver looks for an outlet there to Brody Skalski. He's upended, and Joel Anderson is back for the Sabers. Just underway on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Chance Bryson put a Saber into the wall right in front of that Legacy bench. Anderson off the wall and into the Mandan zone. Beaver has it. Sends it across to his D pair. That's Mason Brew. Played now by Skalski. Outlet pass to Blair. Bryson can't catch up with it. And stepping and turning it ahead for Legacy's Bo Raschke, who dumps it in, and the Sabers with a mini change. Sabers get it in deep with Isaac Lewis. Played around the wall by Caleb Olberg for Mandan, and you're getting an early penalty.
Yeah, I think it was Lewis that kind of got his stick in there, gave him a tug. I think it is him. But yeah, it looks like, you know, if that's the type of call they're going to call, they're calling it pretty tight, and that's fine, and players need to adjust to how the refs are going to call it. But big opportunity for Mandan early on.
Isaac Lewis will go off 2 minutes for hooking, and the Mandan Braves get an early power play chance. Mandan on the season, as we told you in the pregame, just 1 for 11 on the power play. That could be an area that Coach Cheetah and Coach Winkle want to get organized here as the Braves. Walsh comes out of the net to play it. Leaves it there for Cameron Beaver, and he has a head of steam.
You know, tinkering with your power play, much the same as tinkering with your lines. You know, when things aren't working, you're making adjustments and trying to find a way to make it work, especially early in the season.
Jors has it up top. At the line, Beaver sends it across. Trinity Anderson. Back to Beaver. Shot with traffic. Gloved up by Otto. Rebound is redirected to the far wall. Mandan's got a couple bodies in front of the net, including the big Logan Renner. There's a shot blocked off the stick of Beaver. Renner tries to center it, and it's snagged and thrown into the Mandan bench.
You know, I think a big key for Mandan is to try and have good net front presence, you know, on their power play. And I think, you know, there they have a couple point shots, but their traffic's kind of on the perimeter, and they really got to get in front of Otto's eyes if they want to have a better chance of putting the puck in the net.
110 left on the 112 to be exact, left on the man advantage for Mandan. Wrapped around and out by Gavin Mitzel. And back to play it for Mandan is Caleb Olberg. Mandan gets a new power play unit out there. And Bryson looks to collect at center ice, can't do it. Olberg sends ahead to Skalski. Brody will dump it in. Logan Blair and Bryson will chase it. Blair has it on the far wall. Check that, that's Bryson. Chance bodied off the puck. Back in the line to Brew. Brew to Skalski. Down on the dots. Seam pass, Olberg. Brew, Olberg will fire right into the gut of Tristan Otto.
You know, for these power plays, I think one of the things that Mandan has to focus on is just trying to get more of your looks from inside the dots. They have a lot of perimeter passing, but at some point you got to kind of penetrate the middle, and a lot of perimeter for them. So if you want to be dangerous, you got to get the puck inside the dots to get those shot attempts.
And a face-off to the glove side of Otto, won by Mandan. Trinity Anderson to Kraus. Now they get it in deep. Renner back below the goal line to the dot. Shot, 5-hole. Saved up there by Tristan Otto off the stick of Braden Kraus.
Again, another shot from outside the dots, no traffic. To me, that's a wasted shot on the power play.
And now a shorthanded chance here with 5 down to 4, down to 3. There's a good-looking freshman out there for Legacy. Beckham Presley McKay. You're going to like this guy.
Yeah, he plays the game hard. You know, he's one of those players, a lot of potential. He's produced early on, so hopefully he can continue to develop throughout the year.
Trinity Anderson leaves it for Renner, and a pillow save for Tristan Otto. Check that. That was not Renner. That was Jors. I beg your pardon on the shot. Mandan has outshot Legacy 3-0 here early on. We're 4 minutes in, scoreless on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Puck gets tipped all the way down to the Legacy zone. Played along by the wall, and that's Logan Renner. That guy's 215, and he packs a punch.
Yeah, that's a body you don't want to run into. Even if he's not trying to hit you, you run into him and it hurts.
Yeah, and he just got another hit in. Legacy having a hard time breaking out right now. Isaac Jerome has it taken away. Kraus dumps it in deep. Banging in there. And now Legacy with a good stick. Trying to get a shot on the side of the net there was Caden Lobeck. And firing from the dot again is Braden Kraus. And another 5-hole save there for Tristan Otto.
You know, I think where Legacy's struggling right now is, you know, their pass attempts they're off. You know, they're not executing simple baseline passes, and they're having a hard time getting out of their zone. So an easy area for them to clean up is just make your baseline passes coming out of your zone, and it'll give you, the opportunity at the next pass.
You won't say the ice is tilted so far, but it's certainly favored the Mandan end.
Yeah, they've had, I think, the momentum so far. Obviously, power play early on, but so far I'd say Mandan seems to be the team who's a little bit more ready to go.
Harrison Johnson tries to slip in, gets the puck back. Has Garley lurking out front. Sharp angle shot, and Jacob Walsh closes the door.
Yep, and I think if you're Legacy, hey, you have an unproven goalie. He's a young goalie coming in. Test him early, get some pucks on him, get traffic there, make him uncomfortable, and that's really, I think, got to be a key for Legacy back half of this period.
Draw one by Legacy's Braden Strom, and Walsh, off that shot from the point, comes out of the blue paint and covers it up. I just like the mojo that Walsh plays with. You know, and you got to kind of have that mentality, right, as the backstop that, hey, nothing's getting by me tonight.
I think to kind of be in that position, you got to have a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger. You know, if you're going to be a team that's going to win, and I think look at a lot of good teams, their goalie has swagger.
Shot from the point, blocked in front, and Bo Raschke's shot was steered away. Legacy with a takeaway, quickly back. Garley leaves it for Johnson. Got it back, loose in front, shoot, score! On the doorstep was Braden Strom, and he tucks it home, and Legacy has an early lead.
He was Garley who tucked it in.
Garley, I beg your pardon. 16 and 18, they look similar. Thank you, Mario.
I'm on it.
All right, let's see if we can capture a Ryan Family Dealership replay.
You talk about, you know, trying to put the pressure on Walsh. I think you look at your net front presence as we kind of go. You got guys going to the net that makes goalies uncomfortable. A simple puck to the net turns into a rebound, and you know, Legacy capitalizes.
Yeah, good play out front by Johnson to get it into the middle, into the slot, and then, as you said, Garley tucks it home. Legacy has an early lead.
Harrison Johnson's another guy, Legacy. They really need him to step up offensively. He does a lot of things really well. You know, he's good handling the puck kind of outside the dots in the offensive zone. I think one thing the Legacy coaches have kind of worked on, hey, let's work on getting those scoring chances from inside the dots to be a little bit more effective offensive player.
Ben Garley has his first tally of the season, and Legacy has a 1-zip lead on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Jors tries to center it out front. Trinity Anderson battling behind the net. Played out of there by Gavin Mitzel, who walls off Logan Renner. At the side of the cage, Joel Anderson taps it into the corner. Under 11 to play, period number 1. Legacy on top 1-zip. Mandan trying to have some zone time here. Ulberg holds the line momentarily, but Joel Anderson squirts out of there with the puck. And it's rolling down there. Anderson settles it down at the side of the net. Walsh will just fall on it after the backhand attempt there from Joel Anderson.
Joel Anderson's with you know, the deletion of some of the seniors at the back end last year. He's going to be a guy that's got to take a big chunk. With you got, you know, 3 brand new defensemen on the varsity roster this year, so he's going to have to take a big load as far as leading the D-corps for the Sabers.
Yeah, he and Gavin Mitzel really the only guys back on that D-corps for the Sabers. You lose a Jamison Johnson, you lose
Elliot Hoon is gone.
Yeah, Hoon, yeah, exactly. There's a lot of guys back there that were 12th graders last year. Isaac Lewis dumps it in for Legacy. Back deep to play it is Brady Langgang. Nudges it along the wall to Blair. Holding the line there for Legacy is Evan Davis. Beaver back behind the nets. Pressuring him again is Beckham, Presley, McKay. The other night sometimes I went with McKay, sometimes I went with Presley. Sometimes I went with Beckham, Presley, McKay.
I've coached that guy since he's been a little one, and I just go with Beckham. I just forget the last name. It's a little bit easier for
See,
me.
That's a pro's tip right there, Mario. I like it. Isaac Lewis had a shot go wide. Legacy turns it with Evan Davis. Still has the puck, working through traffic. Good stick there by the Braves. Not out of the zone yet as Bryson plays it backwards. Now up the far wall, Logan Blair can't catch up with it. Mason Brew. Get a D-man forechecking. That's an interesting combination there. But
well, sometimes you get a little out of position.
Yeah, he's trying to get back to his normal position. As there's a takeaway by Oldberg. Trying to get it back to Braden Krause. Colton Johnson in on the attack for Mandan, who has it on the stick of Caden Lobeck. Played in by Brew. Raschke battling along with Jors. Check that, that's Krause. And they sandwich Mandan. Oh, out front. Colton Johnson had a point blank look. Sent it wide. Well, they're going to land some lumber still, as I had to look to see what was going on there behind the puck. They weren't exchanging holiday pleasantries.
I wouldn't expect that from this matchup at all.
Braden Krause has a shot, and there's an outlet pass. Ooh, almost onto the tape. Here comes Harrison Johnson wheeling in, shoots wide. Johnson turned on the burners and had an opportunity. Mandan back with Logan Renner. Tried to center it out front to Jors. Steered far wall by Otto. Harrison Johnson, tape to tape. Looks for a streaking Ben Garley. Strom in to forecheck. Garley has it back. Out to the line to Mitzel. Low shots. Steered to the corner by Jacob Walsh. Now Legacy has it in deep. Langgang intercepts it. Plays it back to Brew. And somebody's going off for tripping.
It looks like Legacy will get their first look at the power play, and this will be a big test for Legacy. You haven't had maybe the best start, but you're up 1. So if you can come in and capitalize here, you're really in the driver's seat.
Power play tonight brought to you by Serve Pro, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Been a lot of good end-to-end action, not a lot of whistles tonight.
No, I love a good fast-paced game. So far, both these teams are giving us that.
2 minutes for tripping, Mandan in the box. Mitzel has it out front for the Sabers. Surveys. Comes to the near side wall. Lewis back to Mitzel. And he loses the puck. Not out. How did Legacy keep that in the zone?
A little bit sloppy play here. I think that there's not really a lot of close pass options for Legacy.
Raschke to Lewis. Oh, and he snipes one off the pipe.
There's that shot from Lewis that we talked about in the pregame show. You know, that's a weapon for him, and he's got to find a way to turn that into goals this season.
Raschke to Mitzel. Back to Raschke. Back to Mitzel. Still a minute 20. Oh, a deep hard shot. Rebound, shoot, score! And Isaac Jerome has just knocked in a rebound to give Legacy a 2-zip lead.
Again, you go back to throw the puck at the net, test the goalie, rebound comes out. Isaac Jerome with a great finish to put the Sabres up 2, and that's a huge goal for them in the driver's seat now.
Ryan Family, I love the shot from the point by Mitzel. That was hard and low, just like you want it. And then there was Jerome just camped on the doorstep. Man, you want to find goals, just go to the net. Yeah, there's that shot. And the rebound right on the stick right there. Good play.
You have that traffic in front. That's just so important to create chaos for the other goalie. So that was a great job by Legacy, and they are in a good position right now halfway through the first.
Assist to Beckham, Presley, McKay, and Mitzel, and the goal knocked in by Isaac Jerome is his second of the season. Legacy has put 2 on the board here in period number 1. Mandan out front, Trinity Anderson. Oh, his shot blocked. Point blank for Anderson. Mandan turns it right back in with Trinity. Tried to get it to Brew. And now Legacy's going back into the box. Going to get Evan Davis, who was bear hugging Carson Jors.
Yeah, and Jors is a guy that you really have to keep an eye on. Obviously top scorer from last year, but just a really cerebral player. Makes a lot of really good plays that the average eye won't notice, but he's a guy that's going to have to step up in a game like this.
Well, if there was ever a time for a Serve Pro power play goal for Mandan, now would be the time.
This would be it, and they really got to get that traffic to the middle. A lot of their shots are coming from the outside. Otto's able to see it, and he's a good enough goalie where those aren't going to be going in.
Mason Brew flips a wrist shot, snagged there by Tristan Otto. Bryson in the dot for Mandan. Draws a bit of a stalemate. Legacy has it on the stick and sent down by Caleb Johnson. 5:40 and counting to play first period. Legacy leads 2-0. Power play goal from Isaac Jerome. Alberg wheels in. Loose to Blair. He fires. Rebound out front. Still loose and cleared to the line. Held in by Brew. Mandan had a chance. That puck was just harmlessly sitting on the doorstep. Nobody could get a stick on it. Brew. Cross ice. Up top to Skolsky.
So if you look at this puck movement, it's all perimeter, and you have nobody that's in front of Otto's eyes. So even if you get a shot attempt, he's going to stop those pucks unless he lets a blunder in.
Good stick there by Caleb Johnson. Mandan has to regroup. And they flip it in. Jors on the attack. Good escape there by Legacy. Renner back for Mandan onto the stick of Jors. Looking for a streaking Trinity Anderson. Trinity has it. Wheels to the center. Gets it to Jors. Spin. Shoots. Rebound to Renner. Oh, and it's off the shoulder of Tristan Otto. Big save, and now the puck sails into the Legacy bench.
Yeah, that's a heck of a save by Otto. Point blank chance, and Otto able to just keep his eyes on it and look very calm making that save as well for as much pressure. You're one-on-one with the goalie there.
Yeah, Logan Renner had it on a tee. Still 33 seconds on the man advantage for Mandan. Fired shot by Beaver. Whistles off the plexiglass. Mandan retains possession. Legacy, Raschke off the wall. Held in at the line. Anderson will turn. Spin to the dot. Trinity leaves it down deep for Jors. Jors centers it. Back to Jors. Loose puck, and Isaac Lewis is going to wrap it down. Man, Mandan has gone 0 for 2 on the power play here in period number 1. We're back to full strength.
And really not any good looks on either power play. Just a lot of perimeter, a lot of outside shots, not a lot of traffic. They got to make a couple small tweaks to create some kind of grade A chance on those power plays.
Beckham whistles a wrister wide. I like that idea, just calling him Beckham. I like that.
It's easier. It's way easier.
That is a pro's tip right there, Mario.
Nobody can say Lamoureux, just Mario's fine. It works.
Colton Duchesne gets a shove in the back there of Brody Skolsky. Legacy. As Mandan escapes, looking for Bryson. Seth Davis back to play it over to Colton Duchesne. Back to Davis. Mandan holds the line with Brew. Duchesne nudges it along the far wall. As Mandan just dumps it in. Lobeck sends it in, and then he takes off as Mandan gets a fresh 5 out there. Davis comes cross ice to Duchesne. He tries to get it ahead to Jerome. Legacy sends it in, and the Sabers will change with under 3 to play in period number 1. And I didn't see what the whistle was there, Mario.
I'm not sure. Maybe offsides. One thing I've noticed early on, I do not think I've seen Mandan's fourth line at all. I've seen a little bit with Legacy. So does that become a factor late in the game where Legacy's been utilizing a little bit more of their lineup? Does that make a difference for the top players who haven't gotten the rest throughout the game?
Beaver dumps it in and chases for the Braves. Out front, shot by Johnson, rebound for Kraus, and Tristan Otto is a stone wall back there for Legacy. Johnson out to the line to Langang. Brady. And it got caught up in some snow over there in front of the Legacy bench, and it misdirected it, and Legacy somehow got it out, and then they threw it right back into their bench.
Yeah, Mason Strom throwing his body around a little bit, the old Watford City product. So, good to see him in the lineup doing positive things.
12-5 the shots in period number 1 favor the home team, but Legacy leads 2-0. Logan Renner will send it in. We can tell you today's game brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Redirected shots. I don't know if Otto got a piece of that. It was wide.
It looked like he got a stick on it. Now they get a little poke for 2-on-1.
Johnson gets it to Strom. Oh, and he whistles it wide. Legacy turning defense into offense, and now looks like you're going to get a slash on Logan Renner for Mandan, and so Legacy's going back for the final 137 on the power play.
That's a tough penalty to take at this time. You know, a little slash behind the play. You're down 2 late in the period, so you know if Legacy can capitalize, that's very dangerous for Mandan going into the second period.
Stay tuned. Our Magic Towing intermission report comes up in 137, but a 97-second power play here brought to you by ServPro, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology. That's ServPro. Bringing you our power play tonight. Joel Anderson, one-timer for Mitzel. Oh, check that. That was a Mitzel. Beg your pardon. One-timer from Braden Strom. Anderson has it back in the right dot. Sends it in deep. Back to Anderson. Cross ice to Garley. Back to Anderson. That shot redirected out front. And Mandan will escape the zone. Legacy with Garley. The Sabers had to tag up. Now they quickly come back in. Under a minute to play in the period. Strom on the far wall. Looks cross ice. Garley way high on that one, and it flies into the netting.
I like Legacy's movement on the power play. They've done a good job where their top D is kind of working his way towards the middle, and it's forcing the Mandan penalty killers to kind of move out of position. You're forcing them to adjust, and that's when you're really going to open things up.
Yeah, a lot of crisp tape-to-tape action for Legacy on the man advantage. 46 seconds left in period number 1. Legacy trying to go up 3 goals. Lewis working with Beckham. Isaac Lewis digs it out of there. Sends it over to Raschke. He steps in, shoots it wide. Mitzel holds it. Gavin Mitzel, that's blocked in front by Brew. Down to 25 seconds. Raschke, and that puck is tipped out to center smartly there by Carson Jors. Lewis has it back on his tape, looks for Beckham. He's got Jerome with him. Out front, loose puck. Spinning and shooting is Isaac Lewis. Down to 5 seconds in the period. Legacy throws it out in front into the blue paint. And a flurry will end period number 1. Legacy with grade A chance after grade A chance with the man advantage, but Jacob Walsh was up to the task at least for the first 97 seconds of that man advantage. All right, fans, our Magic Towing intermission report comes up next. End of 1, Legacy on top on your BNC National Bank scoreboard, 2-zip. And our intermission look brought to you by Magic Towing comes up after this timeout on the PSP Network.
To you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
That's our Magic Towing intermission report. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. You blow it, they'll tow it. 701. Now I got to turn my lights on. 701-509-4011. Magic Towing. If you mention the PSP Network, they'll give you $50 off your next tow. Thanks to the fine folks at Magic Towing for bringing you our intermission report. A lot of action in period number one. Mandan came out skating strong, but Legacy has a lead here 2-0. I guess Mario is Legacy. The word I would come up with would be opportunistic.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will look at shot. How many shots you have in a period and assume that team outplayed the other group. And I would definitely say Mandan probably took it to Legacy for a good chunk of the period. But I look at quality of shots, and I think where Mandan missed is a lot of perimeter shots, not a lot of traffic, and I think. Other than the Renner chance that was point blank, I thought a lot of their shot attempts were perimeter with no traffic, and I think that's something they really got to improve out of the next period and make it tougher on Otto, because you're giving him that confidence throughout the first period, and you got to make him uncomfortable by getting to his crease.
You mentioned those numbers, and here they are. Mandan did indeed outshoot Legacy in that first period, but the grade A chances would be favored into the Legacy Sabers. Mandan outshoots Legacy 12-6. Oh, look at that. I got him on the wrong side, Mario.
That might be my fault.
No, I think we've switched the graphic from left to right, and so the visitors and the home. So, folks, just bear with us. We'll get it fixed. I'm going to turn that off, and we'll come back with that in just a second. But that is completely backwards. As Legacy leads 2-0, we'll get that the numbers squared away here. That is the operator error. We run the graphics, we do the announcing, we play the ads. We're the puppet masters, I call it.
We do everything. I just show up and talk a little bit. You guys do everything.
Yeah, John Haugen doing a great job running the camera for us tonight. Todd Darmries, Mario Lamoureux at the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan. We'll get you a BNC scoreboard update in just a second. We'll come back with those numbers. We'll come back with the scoring plays from the first period, and we'll get you that BNC scoreboard update as well. As Legacy leads 2-0 here in our first intermission. We're back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Now we're back in our Magic Tone intermission report. First intermission from Mandan. Legacy on top, 2-0 over the Mandan Braves. And here's those numbers. Brought to you by the fine folks at Ryan Family Dealership. You can find them online at driveryan.com. That looks a little bit better. Legacy leads 2-0. Mandan, however, outshoots. I have it right. Mandan outshoots Legacy 12-8. Walsh with 6 saves. Tristanato with 12. Legacy capitalized on one of their 2 power plays. Mandan 0 for 2 with the man advantage. So I guess the grade A chances, let's get back to that for just a second, would definitely be in favor of Legacy. A lot of things just kind of floating around the blue paint. And Mandan's probably lucky to be only down 2.
Yeah, I think Legacy had some good looks. And you talk about, trying to test a young goalie coming in, and I think, they've thrown pucks at his pads and they've had that traffic going to the net. You have to have a net presence, whether that's when you have sustained in-zone pressure or whether you're off the rush. You got to have pressure at the net. It makes goalies uncomfortable, and with an unproven goalie who's out there and honestly made some good saves mixed in there, I think that's been the key for Legacy to be up 2-0.
Here's a schedule for the remaining week here on the PSP Network. You also got wrestling going on tonight up in the Magic City. Williston, the Coyotes in town for Minot High. And hey, boy, this weekend we get little hoops going, folks, as you got West Fargo and Minot High boys on Friday night. You got Cheyenne and Bismarck tomorrow night from Carlgard Gymnasium. You got Class A girls basketball, B girls basketball. I don't know if that's A or B. I'll have to double check that. Mulhall Lansford Sherwood at Nedrose. And then on Saturday, you get a doubleheader from Mandan, Shanley at Mandan, and also the Magi are hosting West Fargo Cheyenne. So you get your fill of hoops this weekend on the PSP Network. All right, fans, here's a BNC scoreboard update as you've got, of course, Legacy leading here 2-0. Bismarck High has a lead over Hazen Beulah midway through the second period. The Demons lead 2-0. No score reported for South Shanley and Grafton Park River, or nothing else being reported from out east. West Fargo, Devils Lake, Red River and Cheyenne, Bemidji and Central, and South Shanley and Grafton Park River. No scoring updated thus far on our ND score feed. All right, Mario, let's run through the scoring plays from period number 1 as Legacy gets on the board. Good work here by Harrison Johnson. He was the one who kind of set the table, and then Strom just kind of there to mop it up.
Yeah, I think just good skill set here from Johnson to kind of cradle that puck, get it towards the net, create that rebound, and then Strom able to put it in the back of the net. And then on
Yeah, that was that was at the 12-minute mark, and then Legacy capitalizes on a power play goal here, and I love the shot by Gavin Mitzel to get this action started for the Sabres on the man advantage.
Yeah, if you look at the kind of the traffic here, they got guys towards the front, and then Jerome, kind of Johnny on the spot, able to put that puck in, and good patience by him. A lot of players will get that puck and shoot it right away, but he's patient, waits for that opening to happen, and puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and that shot by Mitzel, that's exactly what you want those blue liners or those guys up top to do, is that low, heavy wrister. And goalie's those are the ones that are gonna create rebound opportunities.
Yeah, when you're having an outside shot and you have traffic, goalies, if they're not gonna see it, they're probably gonna drop. So if you can keep it, pad length, you're giving yourself a good chance at getting those rebounds. And if you have that traffic kind of within, I'll just call it the red zone around the net, you're going to have a good chance of getting some rebounds to put in.
Thanks again to Magic Towing for bringing you our intermission report. Put this number in your phone right now, 701-509-4011. Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. No job too big or too small. You blow it, and the folks at Magic Towing will tow it. Both teams back on the ice as we get set for period number 2. I guess if you are Coach Chida and Coach Cheetah, I knew I wasn't going to do that tonight. Coach Cheetah and Coach Winkle, what do you think the message was in the Mandan locker room?
I think, to me, it's kind of work on getting more traffic towards Otto, but you got to have some guys step up. I think you got, Chance Bryce is the guy that they're going to, need to contribute offensively, but be a physical force out there. Guys that are hard-working guys, Skalski, Braden Krause, those are guys that they need to chip in, create some plays, create some energy, and I just don't think they saw enough of it that period, and I just think you really got to, someone's got to take the bull by the horns and get it going and create that energy to get them back in the game.
Legacy will still have 23 seconds of a serve pro man advantage as we start period number 2 with Legacy on the power play. Sabres will send it in, and that's going to be icing.
Yeah, Strom, I think, trying to force a play there. He's already kicking himself in the head for that play, but that's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah, with the seconds winding down and not much happening out at neutral ice, Strom just tried to make something play, and now the face-off to the glove side in the D zone for Legacy. Anderson in the dot for Mandan, won by Legacy. Joel Anderson went down to 10 on the man advantage, 10 seconds that is, as Anderson will steam out to center. Backhander in is intercepted and sent down there by Mason Brew. Legacy has killed, or Mandan has killed off that Legacy power play. As Mandan holds the zone. Picked off out front by Joel Anderson. Over to Garley, who nudges it along to Strom. Back to Garley. His shot from the right dot blocked. Trinity Anderson scoots it over to Chance Bryson, and here comes Mandan 3-on-2. Anderson steaming to the net. Bryson shot off the side of the cage. Mandan lurking. They get a shot from Skalski from deep. Sent in back low. Back out to the left dot. High off the plexiglass in front of the Legacy student section. Kept in by Brady Langang. Pinching in his Beaver. Bodies flying. Sabers and the Braves. Legacy can't escape the zone. Still can't. Loose puck shot by Logan Blair, and a big save again by Tristan Otto. Centered out front. Renner to Langang, seams it over to Jors. Carson in deep. Back to Jors, who patrols. Surveys, centers out front. Renner had it pop up off his stick.
This is the kind of shift that Mandan needed. Create some momentum, create some plays. They're doing a good job at kind of penetrating inside the dots to get shot attempts. Legacy very lucky to not let one in here, and they had Mandan with 3 or 4 really good looks.
Icing tonight brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. And they're in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Mandan wins the draw, but Legacy has the puck to Beckham, who gives it over to Isaac Lewis. Looks for Beckham streaking into the net. They couldn't connect. Held in there by Raschke. Caleb Johnson battling. Mandan pops it out to center ice. Kraus has Johnson with them, bouncing puck. Johnson couldn't get a stick on it, and he's dislodged. Kraus back out to the line. Brew sends it over to Johnson, who dumps it in. Down and dirty goes Lobeck. Lobeck and Kraus, puck loose on the side of the net. Holding the line there was Olberg. Drops it in deep to Lobeck. Kraus working against Beckham. Beckham will wheel out off the stick of Caleb Johnson and sent right back in by Mandan. Mandan with a mini change, and now you get a chance. Here comes Johnson in one-on-one. Oh, and a save for Jacob Walsh.
Really nice play by Raschke. Kind of retrieves that puck at the near blue line. Head up, cross ice pass to Johnson. Just a heck of a save by Walsh. So that's a key save. Try to remember that one. You know, as this game inches along, that could be a game changer for Mandan.
Yeah, here's the play by Raschke. This was a neat little pass there, and they caught Mandan sleeping, and here comes Johnson in, and there's the big save by Jacob Walsh on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Mandan has Cameron Beaver entering the Legacy D zone. Chopped out to center. Isaac Jerome got tangled up there with Trinity Anderson. Jerome's going off. Legacy with a delayed penalty. Mandan has it. They still have it. Into the zone goes Trinity Anderson. Back out to the line. Langang to Bryson. And Bryson's going to chase up to it. It's still a delayed penalty here. No touch for Legacy. Brady Langang, Mandan skating 6-on-5. Will come in, shoot, save. Good opportunity there for Mandan. They did a good job of playing keep away there for a couple moments to keep the man advantage for as long as they can, but now they'll get 2 minutes as going off will be Isaac Jerome.
And this is going to be a key power play of the game right here for Mandan. I think what, difference that they, one of the adjustments they need to make, get that puck up top, let your top D work across the blue line and force the Legacy penalty killers to move and adjust, to their movement. And I think right now they've allowed them to hold their position.
Well, if you missed it on our pregame, we mentioned Mandan 1 for 11 coming in on the power play, and they're 0 for 2 tonight. This is their third chance with a man advantage. Sometimes water seeks its level. Let's see if Mandan can pop one in here. They had some traffic out front, but a good lane there for Otto to grab that wrister from the line by Brew.
That's one of those situations. Brew gets the puck kind of at the corner of the blue. Work yourself inside the dots so you can get a better shot attempt.
Face off to the stick side of Tristan Otto, and it wedges its way and ricochets down into the Mandan D zone. Braves will get organized with the man advantage. Beaver up ahead to Kraus. Braden Kraus steams down deep. Kraus leaves it up top. And back behind the net, they're looking for Renner. Legacy rams it right down the ice. Weird hop. That got a lot of oohs and ahs right there.
They had me jump out of my seat just a little bit.
That will make your heart race if you've ever been between the pipes and something like that happens. Well, here's a chance for Strom. Comes in. Good stick there by Cameron Beaver. Trinity Anderson collects. Mandan with a minute left on the man advantage. They knock the stick away from the netminder Walsh. Mandan's Anderson poked away by Joel Anderson. Anderson to Anderson. And back in comes Isaac Lewis. Short-handed Lewis just burying some time here. Wedges it up against the wall, 1v3.
Pass completion for Mandan really sloppy through the first minute and a half of that power play, and that's generated in 0 zone time.
Ulberg can't hold the line. Walsh out of the net to play it. Brew back. Isaac Lewis on the PK for Legacy. Mandan just a little off. The pass is not connecting. Now the Mandan Braves got to tag up. We're down to 10 left on the man advantage for the Braves. Dump in pass, knocked down, kept in by Bryson. Skalski chasing, back to Bryson. We're back to even strength. Loose in front. Bryson, rebound shot. Otto with another save.
Great save by Otto. He just looks very composed, very calm in the net. So that's got to be a lot of confidence streaming through his veins right now.
Mandan dumps it in with Cameron Beaver. Back to get it is Blaze Miller. Plays it out to Garley. Out in front, Bryson off his skate. Chance Bryson tries to center it to Kraus. Pinching in was Langang. 10.5 to play, period number 2. Legacy on top, 3-2 zip. Shot there by Caden Lobeck is redirected to the far corner. And Legacy's just going to extinguish some pressure here and just ice the puck.
Yeah, Mandan was all over Legacy here the last couple of minutes. You know, a sloppy power play by Mandan, but then on the other side, Legacy with just egregious turnovers, throwing pizzas, you know, through the middle of the ice. You know, Legacy, again, very lucky for this game to still be 2-0 because they've had about 8 really good chances so far in the first 7 minutes of the period.
Icing brought to you tonight by Planet Pizza. No pizza like it. Try the Blue Buffalo or the plain cheese. Serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Off the draw, Jors gets a shot on net. Mandan has now outshot Legacy 18-9 in the contest, but the Sabres still lead by a couple. Renner tries to hold it in. Popped out by Raschke. Back to Brew. Off the wall to Jors. Got Renner streaking in. Instead goes cross ice. Blair turns and he gets pasted. Good hit there by Raschke. Good back check by Jors. Mandan at center ice. Onto the stick of Logan Renner. And Brew just buries it into the zone.
Give Mandan credit for creating turnovers and forcing bad plays out of Legacy, but Legacy really soft on some of their turnovers, not strong on the puck. Easy takeaways for Mandan, and they really got to step it up in that department.
Harrison Johnson looking out front for Garley, couldn't get it to him. Off the stick of Harrison Johnson. Back to play it is Mandan. And Olberg sends it up ice. And here comes Legacy. Good play there by Trinity Anderson. Legacy gets a shot on net there off the stick of Brody Berger. There's that fourth line for Legacy getting some time on the ice. Shot goes up into the netting. The save for Walsh keeps it a 2-0 lead in favor of Legacy.
Yeah, not a good first half for Legacy at all. They're getting it taken to them. And, you know, good on Mandan for coming out and responding after, you know, an okay first period.
Berger will take the draw against Trinity Anderson. Renz tried to send it out to the line, and Legacy's playing backwards. Seth Davis will play it around the wall, backhanded out to center. Kyler Renz bodies against the Mandan Braves. Berger battling. Bryson putting the lumber to Berger over there. Trinity Anderson backhands it over to Skalski. And it's going to be offside. Anderson a little bit ahead of the play, and it'll come out to center.
Yeah, I would say that's a solid shift from Legacy's fourth line. You're going out against one of the top two lines for Mandan. You force them to play that shift in their own zone. To me, that's a really positive shift for a fourth line. You're taking away that offense from what should be the Mandan's top scorers.
Yeah, that'll get some handshakes over on that bench from Coach Farragher and Coach Davidson. You'll be tapping those fourth liners on the cap saying, well done.
And that's those little things that make a big difference in a game. It doesn't always result in the offense that people, you know, we look at in the highlights, but those are the things that, you know, really result in a lot of wins.
Colton Johnson has it on his stick for Mandan to Olberg. Joel Anderson. And the puck's going to stay in the Mandan D end. Hey fans, tonight's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. Professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. Puck lofted out to center. And they said it's going to be icing on Mandan.
You know, I think Legacy's really got to find a way to turn the momentum around a little bit. Mandan's been taking it to them, and I think for them, put the puck behind Mandan's D, force them to turn, and make them work 200 feet so they can get back to their zone.
Todd Armory's Mario Lamoureux joining you tonight from the Starion Sports Complex. Good to have John Haugen run the camera, producing for us this evening. As Beckham will hold the line for Legacy. Taken away there by Renner. And he pops it over to Langang. Nice little outlet. Here comes Carson Jors. Jors tries to attack, goes to the backhand. Flips it in front, shot by Logan Blair, stonewalled by Otto.
Blair has had a handful of really good looks today. It would be nice, especially it's his 18th birthday today. So he would, I think the hockey gods might owe him one because he's had a couple of really good looks.
See, now that is good color commentary right there, Mario.
I saw his dad before the game. I said, I got to get him a shout out. Coached him, and he's a little guy too.
Good work by Carson Jors. Put that shot on net. There's the huge save by Tristan Otto on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. Otto has been a wall back there for Legacy. Loose puck at center. Blaze Miller will fire, and catcher mitt save there for Jacob Walsh. I think we've seen the fourth line out there for Legacy just periodically, but we have not seen the fourth line for Mandan. So you just wonder if there's going to be diminishing returns as the contest rolls on.
Yeah, well, I think you allow your maybe top two lines to get a little bit more rest going into the third period. And, you know, if it's a tight game, you know, you get to that back half of the third period, usually that can make a difference.
Alberg wedges it ahead to Skalski, but not out. Mandan keeps it in. Battling down there for Legacy. But the Braves take it away with Chance Bryson. Back to Isaac Jerome. Mason Strom had it pop off his stick. Cooper Schwann collects. And back to Mandan Skalski. Looks out front to Joe, and a redirected shot out front for Trinity Anderson just sailed over the cage.
I love Trinity Anderson's net presence. He has been a bulldog going to the net, and that's really opened things up for Mandan.
Legacy back in. Shot up into the eyeballs. Mason Strom put that up high along with Blaze Miller. Now a loose puck in the blue paint. Rebound.
Oh, big save.
And Jacob Walsh. Oh, baby.
That's a monster save from Walsh. He's had a couple huge saves this period.
Let's get you a Ryan Family Dealership replay of that action. Now, Legacy was just peppering Walsh. Yeah, there's the puck just kind of lofting in the paint. Oh, up that look. That's the stave of the game right there.
Yeah, that's a big game-changing save right there.
Thanks to Ryan Family Dealership for bringing those replays. Been doing it for over 50 years. 5 locations in Minot and Williston. Find them online at driveryan.com. Walsh with that big save keeps it a 2-zip lead in favor of Legacy. Cameron Beaver back behind his own net. Out to Jors. Off the wall, gloved and pushed ahead for Kraus. Kraus leaves it, and a shot right into the basket there. Put on net for Mandan's Mason Brew.
Otto has been the difference maker in this game, because Mandan probably deserves to be up in this game, and he's made just some monster saves and continues to just look really comfortable in that.
5:53 to play, period number 2. Tristan Otto, the senior netminder, has got 20 saves in the contest. And like you said, he's feeling the puck. He is feeling confident back there. Brew evades Lobeck. Lobeck with a high wrister. Gloved up above his helmet by Tristan Otto.
Yeah, this is a big game for Otto too, because he played most of his youth hockey in Mandan, and then moved over to Bismarck. So this is probably definitely a game that he's probably has marked on his calendar. One that he wants.
Those are the ones you circle?
Those are the ones you circle. They also got Trey Kautzman on the bench, Mandan guy that coaching over with Legacy now. Just a great coach, great young coach. Really enjoyed working with him a couple years ago.
Mandan will carry in, and they got offside.
He forgot that there was a blue line there. Kept going.
Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern choice to seal your heating and air game, the Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Shields, proud sponsor of the PSP Network. Mandan will wrap it in. Logan Renner has it on his stick, plays it deep down to Jors. Carson comes out, turns, spins, weaves through traffic. Renner back to Jors, and shot from the slots. Didn't get much wood on it.
Jors has got to be one of the best players below the tops of the circles in the West region. Just really good at protecting the puck, waiting for openings, and just makes a lot of really creative plays.
Langang had a chance. His shot went wide. There's a tape-to-tape pass. Here comes Johnson. Dislodged there, and a nice deep play by the Braves. Ulberg got Harrison Johnson. Check that, Caleb Johnson off the spot. And back to get it is Blaze Miller. Looks for a headman pass, picked off. Mandan, however, had to stay onside. George now weaves his way in. Another save for Otto. Rister from distance, steered to the corner. Brew. Cross to Beaver. Anderson had it hop off his stick. Down to 4:10 to play in period number 2. Legacy on top, 2-zip on your BNC National Bank scoreboard, where your life's busy and BNC makes managing money easy. Locations in North Dakota, Arizona, and Minnesota. Find them online at bnc.bank. Picked off at center by Trinity Anderson. Kyler Renz got tangled up with Trinity Anderson. Beaver, check that, was Brew. Now back over to Beaver. And Mandan throws it down 3/4 of the ice, and we'll go to the other end. Tonight's icing brought to you in part by the Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Shots are now 22-13 in favor of Mandan. No scoring here in period number 2. Legacy got goals from Garley and Jerome in the first period. Oh, there's a wrister, whistles. Wide for Joel Anderson. Anderson plays it back at center. Anderson misfires on the outlet to Jerome, and that's going to be icing on Legacy.
Legacy's pass completion is just all over the map. They can't put anything on the tape. They can't, keep sustained pressure in the O zone. Having a hard time breaking the puck out. To me, it's just make simple baseline plays, do the simple things really well, and they're really struggling to do that, and they can't get any momentum going.
Almost played with a high stick there by Ulberg. They play on. Anderson almost had it taken away. Oh, now you get a chance for a breakaway. And rolling in. Good back check there by Mandan. As reeling in there was Cooper Schwann, the team leader in points for Legacy, got denied.
Yeah, Cooper Schwann, I think a nice surprise for Legacy this year. A guy who's worked really hard in the offseason. And he's nice to see a guy like that contribute offensively, and that work pays off.
That was a subtle little back check there that was nicely done by Mandan as well. Did not allow Cooper Schwann as much time and space as he had on the mini breakaway. And down the ice we go again, and we'll get a face-off in the D zone of Legacy after the Sabers ice the puck.
Yeah, the Schwann-Jerome-Strom line's been, to me, the most effective line for this period. They've generated the quality chances for Legacy, and they've just done a nice job getting the puck down low and kind of throwing that puck to the net with traffic there, and that's really opened things up.
Been a quick-moving game, not a lot of whistles tonight. Been a few penalties, but say all in all, I like the job by the Zebras tonight.
Yeah, I think if you can just, it's nice as a player, you can kind of get into a flow, not a lot of whistles. When you're a depth player and there's lots of whistles, that means, you know, your first, second liner getting out there more often. So you're definitely able to get, you know, your third, fourth lines worked in when the consistency with the play.
I love that end zone view as got the cameras behind both the goals tonight for you on the PSP network. Raschke tries to loft it in deep. Mandan plays it out to the line. From the blue line, Raschke shoots it again. That's deflected to the corner. Strom and Garley. Garley whiffs on it. Out to center. Mandan's got a chance, but a loose puck bounces away. Back to get it is Raschke. Bo Raschke gives it over to Strom. Braden Strom banged off the puck. Renner, a weak backhander, goes wide of the net. Taken away at the line momentarily. Jors has it back. Weaves through some traffic. Leaves it for Olberg on the far wing. Legacy whacking at it, trying to escape pressure. Mandan keeping the pressure on. 90 seconds to play, period number 2. Logan Renner lays some lumber for the Braves. Out to center it comes. Johnson and Olberg tangled up there at the line. Good work there by Strom, keeping Jors at bay. Sent in by Logan Blair. Mandan with a change. Jors still out there working hard. Oh, the puck hops over the stick of Olberg, and then he got in front of Harrison Johnson. Olberg just sends it down and ices the puck. Minor will be back on the air on the PSP network. Hockey action next Tuesday from the VFW. These Mandan Braves will take on the Bismarck Demons. And I get a face-off to the glove side of Jacob Walsh. Down to a minute to play. In period 2, out front, Isaac Lewis wide. Davis holds the line, cross ice, Lewis again, and a huge save for Walsh one more time.
Finally, a little puck movement out of Legacy where they're just going tape to tape. They get 2 good looks, and all they did was put a simple pass on the tape.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Beckham or if that was Lewis, but
Beckham made a real nice play into the middle here to Lewis. I don't know if Lewis got tipped or if he just missed. He may have gotten a stick on it, but a real nice look from that second line out of Legacy.
40 seconds to play in the period. Loose puck at center. Mandan comes away. Brew tries to backhand it. Nobody home. Beaver retreats. Sends it over to Bryson, taken away at the line. Legacy has a chance. Anderson looking for Lewis, intercepted by the Braves. Chance Bryson shovels it ahead to Krause, who's bodied off the puck nicely there by Joel Anderson. Mandan has people in the zone, pops out the center, they got to tag up. Braves dump it back in. Down to 10, count them down, kids. That's what Nick Holberg likes to say. Down to 5, and they wave off icing, and that will be the final ticks of the clock here in period number 2, a stalemate in the second stanza. Come back with our Magic Towing intermission report. After 2 periods from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan, it still remains Legacy 2, Mandan 0, and our Magic Towing intermission report comes up next on the PSP Network.
Brought to you by follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Back at the Star Sports Complex in Mandan. Good to have you tuned into the PSP Network tonight. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media platforms of X and Facebook. We like to promote local athletes here on the PSP Network. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow us on our YouTube channel as well. That way, every time we go live, you will know about it. As we got a jam-packed schedule here on the PSP Network. As here at the second intermission, Legacy leads Mandan 2-0, no scoring in period number 2. Here's a look at the remainder of the week for us here on PSP. It's going to be all basketball from here on out. Friday night, you got a triple header. West Fargo up in the Magic City to take on Minot High. Cheyenne to take on Bismarck at Carlgard Gymnasium in the capital city. And Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood, and Nedrose in a Class Division B basketball game on Friday night. Saturday has Cheyenne at Minot High and a girls and boys doubleheader from the new Starion Bank Gym over at Mandan High School. It'll be fun for PSP to go there for the first time on Saturday afternoon. Catch both the girls and boys game on the network of PSP. All right, Mario, I guess a stalemate there in period number 2. The goaltenders for both sides were very good, and just a lot of, I'll call it green flag runs. I mean, not a lot of whistles tonight, and just good end-to-end action.
Yeah, a good flow to the game, and you look at that second period, like Mandan really took it to Legacy. A lot of good grade A scoring chances, and if it wasn't for Otto, I think the score could be completely flipped. And give credit to Walsh at the other end for making a couple big saves as well. I always say, you got a young goalie coming in. Everyone's, Walsh is uncertain coming in, not really as the designated starter, but opportunity meets preparation, and you could have a guy that steals a job.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your numbers from period number 2, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Been doing it for 50 years in Minot and Williston. You can find them online at driveryan.com. Legacy got those period 1 goals from Garley and Jerome. staked them to a 2-zip lead, and that's the way it stayed all the way through the 17 minutes of period number 2. Mandan outshoots the Sabers 22-14 through 2 periods. Tristan Otto has stopped all 22 of the shots he's seen. Jacob Walsh has 12 saves. Mandan, the power play woes continue. They're now 1 for 14 on the season.
They have got to do a better job getting movement on their power play. There are a lot of guys that are very stationary and all on the perimeter. So they got to do a better job working the puck through the middle, getting a little bit more motion, and hopefully that'll open things up for them.
Legacy's 1 for 3 with the man advantage tonight. There's your numbers, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. All right, let's take a look at the scoring plays from, or actually, no scoring plays. We're talking about some saves. As there's your highlight package brought to you by Magic Towing here in our second intermission. First off, this might be the save of the night here for Jacob Walsh, as I don't know how he stops his puck. He was kind of prone. He was laying down. One of those desperation saves. You know, you need your goalie to step up and make a big save throughout a tight game like that. And there's going to be no bigger one than that. But he's given them a chance to stay in there. They're down 2 and he kind of keeps it there. So I think Legacy's in a little bit of a dangerous position. They're up 2, but they haven't really been playing well. And Mandan's been getting some looks. I think if Mandan can put one in early, I think Legacy will be a little bit nervous going into that third. Yeah, Mason Strom had a great chance. Strom had a great chance on that other end, and here you get Tristan Otto with a huge save as all of a sudden that puck finds the tape of Logan Blair point blank. Yeah, and that would have been a great birthday present for him. But Otto standing tall. That's one of his buddies that he grew up with in youth hockey. So that one's going to feel good to stop that one. Oh, you're saying he's going to have some bragging rights, will he? I would hope so. I would hope so. Well, dudes never talk about stuff like that. Yeah, they do. I would assume that'll go on for many years. Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, fans, are here in our second intermission. Todd Domrey's, Mario Lamoureux, John Haugen with you as Legacy has been outshot tonight by Mandan 22-14, but the Sabers, after 34 minutes, lead this one 2-zip over the Mandan Braves. Take a timeout. We'll come back with period number 3 from Mandan. 17 minutes to settle the action here in this WDA boys hockey matchup. Also come back with give you a scoreboard update brought to you by BNC National Bank. Third period comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Time to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar, but when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
In a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, here means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
To fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites. Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Feels like we're at Fulton County Stadium for an Atlanta Braves game.
I like it.
I got the war chant going.
Love the energy. I think Mandan's got the best uniforms in the state. I think they're nice and clean. Former Sioux guy, you gotta love the emblem on the crest there.
Magic Towing brings you our intermission reports. 701-509-401. Magic Towing serving Western North Dakota. You blow it, and Magic Towing will tow it. Here's your scoreboard update brought to you by BNC National Bank. South Shanley has taken care of Grand Forks. South Shanley has defeated Grafton Park River. Let's try that over. 7-1 the final there. Third period action, Bemidji leading Central 3-2. Red River on top of West Fargo Shine after 2 periods, 3-zip. No score late in the first period. West Fargo and Devils Lake, and Bismarck still leads Hazen Beulah 2-zip over at the VFW. And we are underway in period number 3. Early chance there for Legacy.
Yeah, kind of an errant turnover by Joberg. I don't know if it got caught, wet ice there, but another big save by Walsh.
Mandan will break out with Logan Renner.
So you watch on that rush. Everyone is on the perimeter. You have a guy that's in the middle of the ice. He comes up, pulls up for a drop pass. Your net driver's way on the outside. You're allowing Legacy's defenders to hold their position. You're not pushing them back at all. And I think that's something that they got to be way better at. Where we talk about Trinity Anderson driving the net, he's one of the only guys I've seen do that for Mandan.
Renner's shot gloved up by Tristanato. Draw comes all the way out. Icing is waved off. It was tipped. Back to get it is Beaver. Plays it up along the wall. Now Strom shoots, and a mitt save by Jacob Walsh.
You wonder if Legacy's youth, obviously a very young team, a lot of talent, but can they, you lose so many players from last year's team. You lose your top 3 scorers, Beasley, Butts, and fan favorite Strider McMahon. You have to wonder if that youth is going to develop over the season. So we'll see if they can step up here a little bit more in the third period.
Carson Jors, Beckham on the draw. Legacy pinches in from the blue line. Beckham overskates it. Now it's flipped out to center. Played there by Raschke. Kept alive and dumped in by Johnson. Legacy sends it in deep. Walsh out with the blue paint to play it. Cross ice seam pass. Renner to Jors. And a good stick there by Raschke. Turns into an opportunity for Beckham. He comes in 2-on-1 developing. Over to Isaac Lewis. He shoots, and Walsh with another save.
He's had some, Legacy's had some good looks here, and he is standing real tall. I have a lot of confidence with him in the net right now.
Isaac Lewis throws it in and goes off for a change. Big hit in front of the Legacy student section. In front of the Mandan student section, I beg your pardon. Oh, there's a takeaway. Logan Blair on his birthday. That was partially deflected. Skalski tries to hold it in, couldn't do it. Back out on the stick of Olberg, who sends it in. Joel Anderson back for the Sabers. Good forecheck there by Brody Skalski. Mandan, can they take the puck away? Trinity Anderson working hard below the goal line. Skalski still battling, along with Logan Hertz. I get some of those fourth liners out there for Mandan here in the third period.
Looks like they may have mixed up the lines a little bit for Mandan and try to get something going for them.
Yeah, they might have. Oh, right out front on the doorstep. Shoot! Score! Mason Strom has made it a 3-1 game in favor of Legacy.
Great finish by Mason Strom there. And that's a, could that be the dagger for Mandan? Even though they've had some good looks, that's a very opportunistic play from Mason Strom.
As we get to this Ryan Family Dealership replay, talk about the patience here by Strom when he got that on his tape.
Well, he kind of waits it out for the goalie, and the goalie's down, and just able to have that patience, much like the Jerome goal. And that's a really nice goal from him. Second goal of the year.
Braden Strom and Isaac Jerome on the assist. So Strom to Jerome. 3-zip Legacy. Early here in period number 3. Lobeck tries to center. Intercepted by Legacy. Mandan, shot from the point blocked for Langang. Legacy will send it ahead to Harrison Johnson. Retreats, and now he turns on the burners. Johnson had to wait for a teammate to stay on side, which is Braden Strom, and now it's going to be covered up there by Otto. Slowly but surely here, Mario, the shots are evening out.
Yeah, no, I give a lot of credit to the Legacy third line. You know, we touched on it in the second period a little bit, that they were kind of the only line generating any good looks, and they come in and capitalize on a goal, and that's what you need, you know, to beat good teams, is to have your depth guys chipping in on scoring, and they've been able to do that.
Legacy's got Berger back in there battling, along with Colton Duchesne. Mandan aggressive, holding it in. Down deep is Blair, tried to center it out front for Jors, hits a stick. 13-16 to play in the game. Legacy on top, 3-zip, shot from the point. Otto got a piece of it, rebound shot. Oh, just missing the net was Logan Renner. Blair bodied off the puck. Renz flips it into the zone, and it's going to be icing. He was not past the center line when he threw that in. Was Legacy's Kyler Renz. Mandan went up to Minot earlier this week and got shut out, and so it's 5 periods strong now without popping one in for the Braves.
Well, I think, I've said this kind of over and over, but they really got to have a better presence in the middle of the ice, driving the net, getting pucks towards inside the dots for shots, and they've really have been perimeter. Now they had some good looks in the second period, but a lot of their rushes, they're on the perimeter. They're not forcing Legacy to move out of position.
Bryson working hard with Anderson. Sent into the blue paint, and down on the pillows and covering it up is Tristan Otto.
I'll say this again, how comfortable Otto looks in the net. A lot of big saves, but making a lot of tough saves look easy, and he's just been really steady in there, and there'll be a grade A chance coming at him. He just looks very comfortable right now.
Yeah, he has been cool as a cucumber. Now, looks like our scoreboard is frozen up momentarily here. We'll try to get that addressed. We'll tell you as best we can. We're in the third period. It still says 2 on our scoreboard interface. Legacy just scored to make it a 3-0 game. It'll get caught up. It always does. Sometimes just needs a little rest. Wrapped it along the wall, looking for Isaac Lewis. Hits his shins and out. Dump right back in by Bryson. Skalski and Anderson chasing down the Sabers, who wheel it around, looking for Caleb Johnson. He couldn't touch it, and they wave off icing. Beaver back to play it for Mandan. Out the side of the net, sharp angle shot denied there by Walsh. Hops over a stick. Gavin Mitzel whacks at it. Beckham held in by Mandan. Bryson wailing away. Trinity Anderson's been out there for quite a while on this shift. As Mandan comes cross ice. Sent onto the tape of Braden Krause. Slams on the brakes, weaves through the defense. Krause stepping in, and a snap stick as Brew had a chance, and the wand splintered.
Well, they finally get a good look right between the hash marks, and unfortunately your stick breaks. So sorry, Dad.
And then
let's go to the hockey store.
Then Alberg, yep, somebody just lost a couple $100 right there.
At least.
Yeah.
We're going off-brand.
Then Alberg. We're going to the generics?
Well, we might have to.
What is a good stick these days, Mario?
I think you're looking at $400. Yeah. I got 3 daughters that are going to start playing, so I'm not looking forward to it. We'll go wood.
There you go.
They're heavier.
As Legacy will ice the puck. Yeah, I work with a couple hockey dads, and the kids are always wanting new sticks.
Well, I feel bad every time I'm coaching on the ice and I see a kid break a stick, because I can just see the parent up in the stands just grimacing, not feeling good because they know what's about to happen.
11:08 to play in the game. Our scoreboard interface is a shot off the draw by Logan Blair, denied by Tristan Otto. Down to 11 minutes to play in the contest, 3-0. Legacy leads Mandan on Mandan's home ice. Out to center it comes. Cooper Schwann tosses it out front, looking for a streaking Isaac Jerome. It couldn't connect.
If you're Legacy, you're in great position. You have a 3-goal lead, coming up on the halfway point of the third. Keep pucks towards the outside. Try and maintain possession below the tops of the circles and kind of manage this clock. Don't give Mandan any easy opportunities for a scoring chance.
Langang off the boards to neutral ice. Pushed ahead by the Sabers off the stick of Schwann. Here comes Brew. Oh, he shoots! And Mason Brew finds the back of the net. Well, the captain, one of the captains for Mandan, might have just got some home crowd momentum for the Braves.
That's a big goal for them right now. A great shot. I believe he pulls this through, shoots it through the Legacy defenseman's feet, and then I don't think Otto can pick it up. But yeah, that's a great shot by Brew.
Yeah, right through the wickets almost with the defender.
Very well could have maybe gotten tipped off of a skate, but hard for Otto to pick up, and that's where you utilize those screens. And it's hard for a goalie to pick up, and that one sneaks in. That's a big, this game got a whole lot more interesting.
Mason Brew unassisted. And about the 10:20 mark here of period number 3. 3-1, Legacy's lead is trimmed to 3-1. Under 10 to play in the contest. Mandan has it on the stick of Brody Skalski. Skalski comes in, tries to weave around Anderson, flips it into the back of the net. Tangled up there is Skalski along with Mitzel. No, check that, that is Garley. Anderson backhands it along the wall. Legacy will carry out with Strom. Braden Strom turns on the speed. Oh, what a backhand pass to Harrison Johnson, and a big save by Walsh. Now a slot shot for Strom, and Walsh with another save.
That was a great play by Strom. Drives the puck wide, makes a great pass, cross crease to Johnson, who one-times it, but just Walsh standing tall in net. Another big save.
Yeah, well, folks will apologize for the scoreboard. It's frozen. We'll pull that down for just a moment. 3-1, Legacy leads. 9:12 to play in the contest. Shot from the slot for Isaac Lewis. And another smothered save for Jacob Walsh. And now to the glove side of Walsh. Draw down deep.
See, those are the kind of plays. You have a 2-goal lead halfway through the third period. You don't want to be throwing pucks back towards your net, especially through the middle. And again, there, you got to keep pucks out of dangerous areas. And I think Legacy's really making a mistake by not taking better control of the puck.
Walsh down in the pillows, plays it ahead. Taken into the zone by Logan Blair. Brew looking for another goal, battling hard back in Gretzky's office. Legacy comes out with Caleb Johnson. He'll dump it in. Isaac Lewis chases down Olberg. Logan Renner tosses a pass ahead, looking for Colton Johnson. As we're down to 8:15 to play in the contest, 3-1 Legacy leads. BNC National Bank scoreboard. Apologize for that scoreboard freezing up on us tonight. Legacy gets, or Mandan looks to get started on their own end. But here comes Legacy. Cooper Schwann got tangled up in the feet there of Braden Strom, or check that, Mason Strom. And Kraus dislodged at center. Sent back down by Mitzel, but that'll be icing on Legacy tonight, brought to you by Planet Pizza. 701-852-1700. Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years.
So I think the difference, if you look at that last rush by Legacy, Strom drives hard through the middle of the ice, and even though it's kind of a non-threatening play, they still get a decent look out of it, with puck possession. I think that's something that Mandan has failed to do, is just penetrate the middle on their rush plays.
Well, we got a new scoreboard up there, thanks to our camera operator, Johnny Haugen. Do it the old-fashioned way tonight. Loose puck in the slot. One-timer. Johnson rebound. Save. Walsh. Harrison Johnson still working hard. Garley flips it. That's blocked. Shot from the point. Oh, up in the eyeballs. Joel Anderson has it snagged by the netminder, Jacob Walsh. (27-26), the shots in favor of Mandan tonight.
Legacy's kind of been taking it to Mandan here, and you talk about that utilizing more of your bench throughout the game. You can kind of see that starting to pay off a little bit for Legacy, as they've started to control the play.
Mason Brew down deep, taken away. Isaac Lewis, pass, Strom tangled up. Oh, a wraparound for Lewis. Walsh closes the door. And it's going to be dumped in by Mason Brew. Blair chasing, tries to center it to Renner. Renner joins the action down below the goal line. Isaac Lewis settles that puck down. No, he actually can't. It's still on its edge. Backhanded cross ice by Carson Jors. Played by Caleb Johnson. Oh, almost a takeaway. Jors has it on his stick. Now he loses it. Gavin Mitzel wraps it back to Caleb Johnson. Down to 6:10 to play in the contest. And here comes Beckham. Wheeling in. Trying to do a little fancy move there, and a good D play by the Braves. Beckham bodied off the puck there by Colton Johnson. And Mandan will misfire on an outlet, sailing it down the ice. And tonight's icing brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. Find them online at northern-plains.com. .554 and counting to play in the contest. Legacy wins a draw in the D zone. And a shot from the point by Blaze Miller up into the netting.
If you're Legacy, try to maintain that possession, especially at this point, below the hash marks. Just try and eat the clock and don't give Mandan an opportunity to get the puck in the offensive zone.
Mandan wins the draw. They look to escape. They start the rush, get the motor going to Caden Lobeck. He puts it on net, and Otto sees some duress coming his way, and he puts the mid on it.
Keep an eye out for Walsh. At some point, I assume he'll be coming out to get the extra attacker out for Mandan. And if you're Mandan, you've got to get presence to Otto's crease.
Trinity Anderson on the dot for Mandan. Stalemated there. Still loose. Legacy carries out with Harrison Johnson. He goes down. Mandan tries to flip it out. Got tangled up. Anderson has it for Mandan. Misfires on an outlet to Skalski. And Mandan tries to keep it in deep. Out to the line. Held in by Brew. Fires it right back in. Bouncing puck by the cage. Backhand out front. Blue paint. Rebound. No shot. Mandan buzzing. Garley off the plexiglass and out. Mandan sends it back in, and it's going to be icing. Icing tonight, again, brought to you by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs.
This is where the Mandan needs their top guys to step up here. So Jurs has got to try to take control of these last 5 minutes here, generate a chance, create energy in the offensive zone.
Shot by Caleb Johnson, spins wide. Under 5 to play in the contest. Legacy has a 2-goal lead. Shot wide for Caleb Johnson again. Beckham, Kraus battling on the far wall. Mandan comes out of there with it. Renner into the skates of Jors. Tangled up at center. Isaac Lewis darts out. Lewis, heavy shot and a blocker save for Walsh. Almost a chance there for Carson Jors. Seth Davis back to play it for the Braves, or for the Sabers, I beg your pardon. Lewis at the line, and out to neutral ice we come. Mandan gets organized on the rush. Evan Davis, I must have known a Seth Davis in a previous life.
I got you.
Thank you. Shot put on net there by Isaac Jerome. Now the Sabres working hard. They center it out front, loose in the paint, still loose, and Walsh covers it up. And now you get some extracurriculars.
That third line again for Legacy, really effective. They've been good below the goal line. They've put pucks towards the crease, and they've created a ton of havoc in front. That's resulted in a goal for Mason Strom in the third period. But they've just done a really effective job, and that's what you need out of your depth lines. You know, I think a lot of players, they get lost into, you know, everybody wants to be the player that scores, but trying to find value within the lineup. You know, you don't have to score to be an effective player for your team. And I think what you're seeing out of this third line, and it did result in a goal, but they've done a lot of really simple things, created havoc in the offensive zone, and had zone time. And to me, they've been really the difference for Legacy as far as difference makers in the game.
Anderson shot tipped in front. And Jacob Walsh with another save. 3:28 to play in the contest. Kind of keeping an eye on Walsh now, as you know, still a 2-goal game.
You wonder how early they might take him out. You know, some coaches have gotten to a point of taking him out really early, you know, with 3 minutes left, but it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Wraparound attempt and a rebound attempt for Garley. Paid the price for it as he got hit hard. Legacy with some zone time, but here comes Mandan's Braden Kraus. Oh, good play there by Anderson. Takes it away, and back comes Johnson and Anderson. Anderson will fire off the pipe, rebound, score! Harrison Johnson has made it 4-1 Legacy.
A costly turnover from Mandan in the neutral zone. Legacy makes them pay and have speed on that transition. And they go, again, you go hard to the net, a rebound pops out, and you're able to put it in the back of the net. You can see that good back check there.
Yeah, the play was
that turnover.
Joel Anderson, just a yeoman's effort.
Yeah, that's just a total effort goal right there. And then Harrison Johnson, a guy that they really needed to step up offensively, and he's had a nice night on the score sheet.
Mandan can't connect on the outlets, and they'll ice the puck. You can see the frustration building here for the Braves.
Yeah, they really haven't had a whole lot going this period. And again, you go to the depth of using your lineup, trying to mix in your third, fourth lines throughout the game. To me, it's starting to pay off. Obviously, been paying off for Legacy, you know, because they've had the energy in this period.
They didn't announce that goal yet, but it's going to be Harrison Johnson from Joel Anderson. I don't think there's going to be any more assists on that. It was Joel Anderson who had the takeaway at center. Well, and Mario, all night we've been talking about the shots, and look at it now.
Yeah, I mean, it just completely tilted in the third period. I think Mandan's had 2 shots this period, and Legacy's just poured it on. But you know, you talk about, you know, Legacy with a really youthful team, so a lot of talent, but can that youth turn into more experienced players? And as they get that experience, you know, can they develop into a really strong team? And I think Legacy is going to be a team to really look out for. In the coaches poll, they were picked to finish 10th, but I think they could be a dangerous team the second half of the year.
Legacy had a good little play on D there by Evan Davis. Back comes Beckham. Chance for Brody Skalski with 2 minutes to play for Mandan. Tries to settle the puck down, goes around the defense, weaving, shot blocked. Nice play. Caleb Johnson with the block shot. That's called giving up the body right there. The little things, right?
Little things are what gets you wins. And I think a lot of people might not notice those things, but your entire team, everybody on your roster has to do those little things to make a difference.
Mandan couldn't hold it in. Sent down, and back to get it is Mason Brew.
Look at the confidence in Coach Davison and Farragut. They fourth line out there in the last minute, you know, to get their fourth line on the ice, and they're doing a nice job. They've had 3 or 4 really good shifts this game as well.
Renz shoots it wide. Berger plays it. Trenton Locker was upended. Back out and shoveled in by Gavin Mitzel. Tipped ahead by Colton Johnson. And there's 1 minute to play in the contest. Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next. Oh, big hit. Right on the Schwann insignia. Mandan just flips it harmlessly out to center. Cooper Schwann takes the body there for the Sabers. Jerome digs it out. Trinity Anderson up to Bryson. Legacy has it on the stick of Cooper Schwann. Rebound! And a rebound attempt for Schwann off of his own shot. And he's denied there by Jacob Walsh.
Really nifty play by Joel Anderson. Works that puck out of the corner, works his way inside the dots. Really nifty play over to Schwann. And again, that third line, another effective shift out of them.
Legacy's going to level their WDA record at 1-1. Mandan will fall to 1-2 in conference play. 20 seconds left in this contest. Carson George steams into the Legacy zone. Renner, slot, rebound, score!
It's one of the first times that we've seen a good net drive to the top of the crease. It opens up the backfield, as I call it, and it turns into a goal. And the net driver is the one who scores. So I think that's an area that they end up capitalizing right now, but that was the one thing that I think they really failed to do all game, was have a net presence, and they go and score on it right there.
Chance Bryson gets the goal for Mandan. We'll get the official report on the assists. I'm assuming Logan Renner is going to get one of those. Had that one spot on. Renner with the assist, Chance Bryson with the score. We get a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the ice. First International Bank and Trust, full service, family owned, independent community bank. Founded in 1910. They got locations in Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. You can find them online at FIBT.com. On the Legacy goal by Harrison Johnson, answered there by Mandan's Chance Bryson, but it's 4-2. Legacy on top of Mandan here with just 9.7 seconds remaining.
If they can tie this game up, I believe in pretty much anything out there. Pretty much anything.
I think that might be asking a little much. Well, the net is empty for the final 9.7. Legacy. Oh, that could have been a boarding.
Yes, that was a pretty dangerous hit there.
Puck will sail harmlessly into the Mandan end. And there are a couple of Mandan folks, including their captain, saying, hey, what the heck?
Yeah, definitely probably should have been a penalty there. Dangerous hit. Not that it makes a difference at this stage, but...
Yeah. Well, the coaches are upset. The white jerseys certainly upset, but this one will go into the books. Final score from the Starion Sports Complex tonight. Nice road W for the Legacy Sabers. They win this one 4-2 on your BNC National Bank scoreboard. And our planning team financial advisors, Shots Crossroads, comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Clean it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick...
who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I pick Carson Wentz. I pick Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team. Like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins. Your agent.
Now we're back on our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Legacy crosses the Big Muddy tonight and comes over to Mandan, picks up a hard-earned WDA hockey win. 4-2, the Sabers get it done on the road as, I think that, the depth and Coach Farragher and Coach Davison got to be happy tonight. That's a good wall-to-wall effort by Legacy.
Yeah, contributions kind of from up and down the lineup. Now, I'd probably give the edge to Mandan in those first two periods. Otto played extremely well, kept him in there. Legacy opportunistic in that first period. But then in the third period, they just completely took the game over, and that's where you go to that depth.
Yep.
They were able to utilize their lineup a little bit more, and to me, that's the difference. And I really love that third line of Jerome, Strom, and Cooper Schwann. I thought they had a really fantastic game.
All right, a couple things for us to take care of here in our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post game. First off, it's our move of the game brought to you tonight by Spas, etc. 22 years experience, top-notch spa, hot tub, sauna, tanning bed sales and installation. Big selection of billiard tables and gazebos for the Bismarck area. They've been serving the community since 2001. Commitment to delivering exceptional customer service and long-lasting relationships with their valued customers. Your move the game brought to you by Spas, etc. Hey, Mara, this is a play that you and I really liked. It was the goal that really kind of sealed it for Legacy, and the effort by Joel Anderson to set this thing up was outstanding.
Yeah, just the effort on the back check, and he tracks back, gets the turnover, but then gets his feet going up ice and continues to stay on that puck. And then Harrison Johnson's the recipient of going to the net hard, and just a great effort play, and you got to love those as a team, and just a really great play on his part.
Yeah, and the recognition by Johnson too was outstanding, because those two guys are almost on the same line. Now watch what Johnson does here. Boy, boom, he just goes right to that far post.
Yeah, and just kicks that puck out. If Johnson tries to keep that puck, he probably gets angled to the outside and eliminates Joel Anderson from the play, but kicks that puck out, goes hard to the net, and if you look at all the Legacy goals, around the crease, guys going to the net, rebounds coming out, and they're opportunistic. But to me, it starts with those net drives, and I think that, to me, that specific part of the game is why Legacy was able to score more goals than Mandan tonight.
That was a big goal, 3:02 mark of period number 3. It's going to be Tristan Otto. John's got so many duties he's got to take care of right now. It's not even funny. He's tearing stuff down. He's getting social media pictures for us and everything else. There's your move of the game. The play by Joel Anderson and the goal by Harrison Johnson. Again, our move of the game brought to you by Spas, etc. Thanks to them for sponsoring that. Here's our look at our remaining schedule this week. A lot of basketball. West Fargo Minot on Friday. Cheyenne and Bismarck. Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood, and Ned Rose. And then on Saturday, Cheyenne at Minot High, and a doubleheader from Mandan Starion Bank Gymnasium. Shanley at Mandan for girls and boys doubleheader. All right, couple post-game highlights, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame. Here's going to be the goal tonight for the Mandan Braves. Kind of a screenshot there, but Mason Brew got a lot on that one and got it past Tristan Otto for the first goal of the night for Mandan.
Yeah, you utilize the opposing defender as a screen, you shoot it through, and it's hard for those goalies to pick that up. So even though, whether it's a hard shot or not a hard shot, if you can utilize that screen, you give yourself a better chance to put that puck in the net.
And here was the goal for Mason Strom for Legacy. It's like the patience, man. He got that thing on his tape at point-blank range and just sat on it for just a moment and made the goalie make the first move.
Yeah, he's kind of got sneaky good stick skills, Mason Strom, but just a lot of good presence to get that puck, not just whack at it and just wait for that opening as the goalie went down. But, he had a really effective game as well as their whole line. So, that's got to feel good for Coach Davison, Coach Farragher, to know that you got guys, in the deeper part of your lineup that are contributing, not just goals, but giving you a good shift throughout the game.
Yeah, Legacy got those 2 early goals from Ben Garley and Isaac Jerome, and then they get another one from, as you said, Braden Strom, and then the late one for Harrison Johnson. There's your 4 goals tonight for the Sabres as they win this one 4-2. All right, Mario, last thing for us, it's our MVP of the contest brought to you by Sport Clips, as you can check in with the hairstylist today. Find him online at sportclips.com. And, hey, man, this guy, the first 2 periods, Tristan Otto stood on his head, and really it was the reason why Legacy had a lead throughout the contest.
To me, he was a total game changer in the first 2 periods. I thought Mandan had a lot of grade A looks, especially in that second period. They probably had 7, 8, 9 grade A looks, and he stood tall. And to me, he totally kept Legacy in the game and kept them with a solid lead throughout the game. But he played really well, and kudos to him playing against a lot of his old friends that he grew up playing with. And that one's got to feel good for him. Definitely a bucket list type of game that he's going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, I hear the Logan Blair had one on his tape, and the Otto turns it back on the birthday boy. So yeah, he was doing everything tonight for Legacy.
Yep, no, he was. That one has got to feel good, and I think for a goalie who's trying to prove himself as like the go-to starter, this is a big one for his confidence. They were 1 and 2 coming into the game, and he can feel really good about that performance, and hopefully can carry that on as they inch along in the season.
Did you have fun tonight, Mario?
I had a great time. I just get to talk a little bit of hockey, try not to stumble over my words too much, but I love it.
Yeah, well done, partner. All right, fans, hey, next hockey action for us next Tuesday night in the capital city, that is, we'll be at the VFW as these Mandan Braves will come back across the river and they'll take on the Bismarck Demons. That'll be a Tuesday night game. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media channels of Facebook and Twitter, and you can catch up on all the action on the PSP Network as we like to promote local athletes. Next action for Legacy, they'll be on the road on Saturday at Davies. Mandan, as mentioned, next Tuesday we'll have that one on the PSP Network. Braves next action against the Demons over in Bismarck. All right, fans, that'll put a wrap on the broadcast tonight. Big thanks to all of our in-game sponsors, including BNC National Bank, for bringing you our scoreboard. Pregame, as always, brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Our timeout tonight, we only had one of them, but that was brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Instant Replay brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership. Our Serve Pro Power Plays tonight. Postgame, as always, brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads. Your Sport Clips MVP of the contest tonight was Tristan Otto, the netminder with 28 saves tonight for Legacy. And your move of the game, the tuck-in by Harrison Johnson off the nifty play on the back check, and the assist to Harrison Johnson. That's your Spas, etc. move of the game. And last but not least, our intermissions tonight brought to you by Magic Towing. Great job by our team tonight. John Haugen operating the camera, running and producing and taking pictures and doing everything else in between. Great job by him. For my partner, Mario Lamoureux, Todd Dahmer's repeating your final score. Legacy takes care of Mandan on the Braves home ice. 4-2 is your final tonight, and that'll put a wrap on it tonight. Thanks for joining us, fans, and until next time, so long from the Starion Sports Complex in Mandan.
Brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Name it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak, or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.